An off-the-grid farmer writes an instant anti-government hit, and the left is furious. But why? All of that today on Speechless, The Daily Show. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Speechless, The Daily Show. I am your host, Kev Phares. Everybody, if you're tuning in right now and this is your first time, and even if it's not, don't forget to like the video. But if it is your first time, subscribe to the channel to keep seeing content like this. Hit that notification bell to all, because we all know ScrewTube tries to push down conservative content a bit. Also, leave me a comment. What do you think about this song? What do you think about anything else I talk about here today? And share this video with your friends if you really like what you're hearing. And I'll be honest, everybody, big announcement. I am getting ready to go back to school and everything. So my daily shows are probably going to be a little bit more like this, where it's shorter content, just covering one, maybe two topics quickly. But again, to make sure you don't miss a minute of that, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to all. But let's get on with this. So a song recently has gone absolutely viral by a guy named Oliver Anthony, who self-describes as an off-the-grid farmer who lives with his three dogs in Farmville, Virginia, which is obviously rural Virginia. And he wrote this song that is supremely anti-government. It bashes the government, it bashes elites, and it bashes just how out of touch people are. And the biggest thing about it is it's very authentic. And so I'm going to react to it here today, but I'll admit I've been listening to it on repeat because I think it is probably one of the best songs I have ever heard. Everybody, give it a look, give it a listen, and I'll even tag the video if you want to put it on your own playlist and everything like that. I'll make sure it goes across the screen up there at some point, and it's also going to be in the description. But this is Oliver Anthony's song, Men North of Richmond. I got a version of it with the lyrics on screen so you can really see exactly what he says. Everybody, take a look and a listen.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, cause the rich men. I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere.
Yeah.
Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, north of Richmond. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
An absolutely beautiful song. An absolutely beautiful song. I am in love with this song, everybody. Oliver Anthony's Rich Men North of Richmond. Let's break this down a little bit here because I want to replay a few parts of it, but I am floored. I am floored. I've been listening to the song on repeat for days now. It has hit the tops of the iTunes charts. A lot of people are loving it, except for some liberals, but we're going to break that down as well. But let's go with the song in and of itself. Okay, why is this song so powerful? A few reasons. One, it's incredibly simple. Musically, it's incredibly simple, and that's not a hit on it or anything. I think it's great, and I think it's actually adds to the appeal. Obviously, he adds some more complicated picking and everything in there, but if you're a music person like me, then really this song comprises of 4 main chords. It's 4 really simple chords. A lot of songs are made up of them. He has a capo on it, but if you wanted to play this song at home simply, it's pretty simple. It's an E minor, C, G, and D chord, just back to back to back to back consistently the whole time. And then he fluctuates his voice a lot. And that's the next thing is, so it's just an acoustic guitar, also simple. No, he doesn't have a bass in there. He doesn't have a drum kit or anything like that. He doesn't have keyboard. Honestly, it might sound really pretty adding some more instruments in there, but it speaks to the simplicity. Why is it important that this is simple? Why is it so important that this song is incredibly simple to know, listen to, and understand? One, it appeals to people easily. It's something that people can follow simply. You don't have to listen for these discrete intricacies that are hidden in there. No, he wants you to listen to the lyrics. That's why it's important. It's simple. So because the issues that he's bringing up are pretty simple. They're common sense, but it's not so common anymore. I say that a lot on this show. Common sense is not so common anymore, and he's pointing that out. He's pointing that out through everything that he says. He obviously, Rich Men North of Richmond is a great line, meaning the rich people in DC. What's Richmond, Virginia, north of Richmond is DC. That's what he's talking about the whole time. And he's got some amazing clips in here of just some great lines. Okay, so there's one, you guys might have heard it, but I want to play this one because it's, oh my gosh, it when it hit me, when I heard it, I was like, oh my God, that's killer line. So let's take a listen again just to this quick part right here.
I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere.
And not just minors on an island somewhere. That's one of the things that has the left going crazy, because he's obviously talking about Jeffrey Epstein. Let's pay attention. He's saying, why are we not paying attention to our blue collar workers, the one that's making sure, in terms of minors, at least in this case, he's saying, why are we not making sure the health, safety, and prosperity of the people that literally make sure that our energy is sufficient in the United States, that we have coal, which coal is used for a crap ton. I mean, we have so much in the United States that uses coal, especially our energy industry. Why are we not paying attention to them? Why are some of these politicians so concerned with, obviously he brings up like the idea of Jeffrey Epstein, which we know Jeffrey Epstein on his island had a portrait, really weird portrait of Bill Clinton looking like a woman in it. I could probably pull that up real quick. Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein Island. Yeah. So we're going to find this image right here. But why are we paying attention here's the painting right now. This is actually found on Jeffrey Epstein's island. Yeah. So this picture was actually found on Epstein's island. This one right here of Bill Clinton. Yes. So why do we have politicians that are so focused on these, frankly, abhorrent behaviors, but also just focus on every other thing? Because that's the other thing, is he's not just talking about these pedos that we obviously have in government. Where's Epstein's client list? That's another thing that this kind of brings up. Where's Epstein's client list? All these questions I still have. I'm sure many of you guys still have. But let's go into a few other things about this song as well. He talks about how he's not blaming people for being fat. Look, he says in the song, he says you got the obese milking welfare. He says that, but then he also brings this into it pretty close to right after. He says, we got folks in the street who got nothing to eat. And then he says this.
Ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare.
So you heard.
God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting.
Yes, exactly. And then he says this.
Themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
So what are the few things to break down with this? Okay, so the first thing is, yes, the common sense that you should not be able to just get whatever you want and live a life of gluttony on welfare. That's not what our social safety net. Now, I'm not against social safety nets as an entirety. I understand there are people that fall on hard times. They need help. But he's got a point. You should not be. Here's just a personal anecdote, okay, right? I notice that if I don't wake up and get productive at the beginning of my day, if I don't have something that pushes me to get productive, I have to go to work, I have to do the dishes, I have to do laundry, anything like that, I'm going to sit on my ass and do nothing all day. Period. That's what's going to happen. And so people that are milking welfare in Illinois, where I'm from, you could be getting basically, it averages out to like $15 an hour on unemployment. Why would you want to go get a job when you can do literally nothing and get paid that much? We have a government that Oliver Anthony is calling out and saying you are incentivizing this kind of behavior. And it's these rich men north of Richmond. And really what he's saying is, if we get back to the chorus here, right here, listen, again, this is where it all boils down.
World with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just want to have total.
They all just want to have total control. They all just want to have total control. That's what it's about. I'm going to incentivize you to stay on welfare, and you can be gluttonous, you can be fat, you can go get high, you can do whatever the heck you want. You want to know why? Because I just want to have total control. And then they want to do this.
Want to know what you think, want to know what you do, and then I don't think you know, but I know that you do, because your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end, cause the rich men north of Richmond.
It's a beautiful song, and again, it's simple. But the lefties can't have anything that goes against their precious government, the thing that will save everybody, according to them. We'll just be able to provide you everything because they want to have total control, and Oliver Anthony gets it. But out of the Rolling Stone, just after the song started going viral, now has over like 10 million views on YouTube and millions of streams across all different platforms. Rolling Stone, again, misses the point. And when it comes to music stuff, I always find the Rolling Stone article because it's usually out of touch, stupid, and bashes the total point and misses the total point of whatever's going viral. So this is their headline. Right-wing influencers just found their new favorite country song. In Men North of Richmond, a singer-farmer in Virginia blasts high taxes and obese people on welfare and appears to allude to Jeffrey. He does allude to Jeffrey Epstein. It's pretty flippin' direct, but okay. But the other thing too is he doesn't even blast obese people on welfare. He blasts the government that encourages people to be obese and on welfare. But here's the article, at least parts of it. Right-wing influencers are losing their minds over a new country song that just appeared on streaming services, today. Men North of Richmond is a passionate screed against the state of the country, sung by Oliver Anthony. In a video Anthony posted on YouTube earlier this month, he says he started writing songs as 2021 after he, quote, wasted a lot of nights getting high and getting drunk. So that's what they're trying to blast him, like, oh, well, this is a guy that just gets high and gets drunk. No, a lot of people in rural America, that's the way that they cope with some things. Heck, I'd be lying if I didn't say there's been nights where I've gotten drunk to cope with things. I'd be lying. Seriously. And I've been working on my own songwriting, I'll tell you. Maybe I'll come out with some of those. If you guys really want to see some of those, leave me a comment, like the video, everything like that, and let me know if you guys want to hear some of the songs that I've written. But that's the thing, is they're trying to bash him for that, like try to discredit him because of that. No, and also, you can't discredit somebody saying that, oh, well, they get high, they get drunk. Literally, when you have rappers and people that claim to be musicians and get viral as musicians, which I don't really consider a lot of them musicians, that all they talk about is how not only did they do drugs, but they sold them, they pushed them. And heck, you've had rappers that have died from drug overdoses, but you want to try to discredit this guy because that's what he claims that he did to help cope with things. Raw solo songs with titles like I've Got to Get Sober and Ain't Got a Dollar helped cultivate a small following, but it was the recently released performance video Men North of Richmond, which we just saw, in which the red-bearded Anthony performs a song on a resonator guitar, which again, that's also a beautiful guitar. Totally forgot to point that out. Beautiful guitar. I love it. In a field with a deer blind behind him, that caught the attention of conservative personalities like country singer John Rich and commentators Dan Bongino and Matt Walsh. The main reason this song resonates, this is a quote, the main reason this song resonates with so many people isn't political. It's because the song is raw and authentic. We are suffocated by artificiality. tweeted Walsh, vowing to promote any album Anthony releases on, quote, all of my platforms. I will also promote any album. I'll do more reaction videos to Oliver Anthony because I think this guy's an absolute genius. But Walsh has a point there. We are flooded with so many things that are inauthentic. We get remakes, reboots, and covers and all this stuff. And some covers are good, like Fast Cars by Luke Combs, but it's never anything original. This is original, and it's not artificial. It's not crap. And it's genuine. That's the thing I love about this guy. He seems so genuine in the way that he sings. And it's also, Walsh said, not political. The song is not political at all in terms of the fact that it's not about, oh, well, Democrats are bad, Republicans are bad. And that's what I've been getting mad about some protest songs that come out. We get protest songs that they're catchy, they're fun, and they shed light on a good issue, like that Boycott Target one I talked about on this video or on this channel before. But they're kind of cheesy, right? And they're very like one-sided. They're all like, oh my gosh, well, I'm pro-Trump. We need Trump back in office. We need Republicans to do better, everything like that. This song is not about any of that. This song is like your average guy, people like me, people like you are taxed to no end. Our dollar isn't worth anything anymore. Inflation's at an all-time high. People are living off the government and mooching off the government. And then we have politicians that are focused on all the wrong things. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. That's what he says. It's authentic. A look at the lyrics, however, this is still Rolling Stone, however, may suggest another reason why rich men north of Richmond is appealing to right-wing influencers. Anthony rails against high taxes and the value of the dollar, but also wades into some Reagan-era talking points about welfare. Reagan-era talking points. Just because they might be stuff that was said during the Reagan era doesn't mean they're not still relevant today. The real head turner, though, is an apparent allusion to Jeffrey Epstein's Caribbean island, where the billionaire and convicted sex offender allegedly introduced underage girls to powerful associates. In his straight-to-camera introduction video, Anthony, who according to his post on YouTube cites Hank Williams Jr., another great guy that's no stranger to political songs, as his biggest influence, he says, pretty dead center down the aisle on politics and always have been, and that it seems like both sides serve the same master, and that master is not someone of any good to the people of this country. Absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. This guy isn't like, yes, conservatives have been loving this song because it hits on a lot of points that we talk about that the left wants to seem to ignore. But I think that your average person, I think you could find Democrats, your average blue collar Democrat, wherever they may be, that love this song just as much because they're hard workers. And they might not realize that the Democrat Party of today is not the Democrat Party of 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. You used to have parties, and even the Republicans have become more populist recently than they used to be, especially because of Trump. I'll give him a lot of credit there. But Democrats used to be more of the populist party, the blue collar, the party of the working man, because they wanted to set up reasonable social safety nets that could help people when they were down. But no longer. Democrats today are the party of elites. They're the rich men north of Richmond. And some Republicans are too. Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, not in office anymore. Paul Ryan, though. Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, the entire Bush family. And so when Rolling Stone comes here and they're trying to say conservative influencers are going mad, they're like, you might not like the political theme here. People are starved for music that speaks to them about today's problems. That's exactly what we want. And they try to hit us and they try to make us sound like we're radical QAnon and conspiracy theorists for wanting authenticity and art that isn't shoving an agenda, shoving a crap agenda down our throat. We don't want art that's shoving a trans agenda down our throat when we didn't ask for it. We don't want art that shoves anti-police, or pro-abortion, like Demi Lovato's song I've covered on this, pro-abortion crap. We don't want that kind of stuff because it all seems, here's the biggest thing about all of it. It's not about even the message in and of itself, about being pro-trans, pro-abortion, anything like that. It's not about their message in and of itself. It's the fact that their message doesn't come across authentically. It comes across as if, well, this is the way that we think society wants. Like in movies, when they push a trans character or a gay character or something, it doesn't feel like that's what the script or the writing actually called for. It's that it feels pushed. It feels shoved into there to push an agenda. This guy is writing this song because this is the way he feels, and he's singing it because this is the way he feels. he probably had no idea that it would blow up as much as it has. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy. He doesn't seem like the guy that's starved for fame and is looking for that. But he wrote a protest song that resonates with a lot of people. It resonates with a lot of people, and I'm sure it resonates with you, and I'm sure it resonates, and I know for a fact it resonates with me. And so I love this song. It's also my kind of country, my kind of folk, and it's based on, like he said, Hank Williams Jr., who is a phenomenal artist that I still listen to this day. So everybody go check out Rich Men North of Richmond, and I hope you liked this video, everybody. Like, let me know what you think. Is there anything I missed about this song that I should have talked about? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Any parts that maybe I glossed over, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video with the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Share this with your friends. Share the video, Oliver Anthony's Rich Men North of Richmond, and listen to some of his other music. I'll do a review of some of his other songs sometime here soon. Hope you guys really like this video. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless Oliver Anthony, an absolute lyrical genius. I'll talk to you guys later. This has been Speechless, The Daily Show.